So today I wanted to kind of go over my thoughts and opinions about DDT and just give some general information and state kind of how I feel about it and whether I think it should be used or not in our everyday life. And so my thought is that we should be supportive and continue to use DDT as a pesticide in our environment. So DDT is an organic chlorine insecticide, and it was actually first synthesized in like 1874. It was done by a scientist who was doing research about malaria and mosquitoes, and so he invented DDT to eradicate mosquitoes, because they realized that mosquitoes were the ones who were passing on malaria, and it was killing millions and millions of people at that time. And actually it still is today, but I'll kind of go back into that a little bit more. I think it should continue to be used because if you the way the pros and cons of it, I think there's more good that can be done than bad that comes from it. It's actually, the label that is on this chemical, it cautions that there's low toxicity. Actually, I'm sorry. In some research that they've done on DDT, they found out that it was really effective at getting to the exoskeleton of insects. And so these mosquitoes were included, but also a lot of farmers used it on their crops and things to preserve their crops. And so it was really effective at killing insects and those kinds of pests. And then when we were doing research about mammals, it didn't easily get through our skin. The only problem when it became a problem is whenever it was digested. And so I feel like if we can continue to use it, at least on the agricultural side, but make sure that, everything is washed and goes through a very proper form of cleaning and just sanitizing, I think we could continue to use it agriculturally. But then also if you continue to look at malaria and the numbers that are given every year from people who pass away from it, there's still millions of people who die from it. And so there was this big group of people that met up, or of nations, I guess, and, kind of talked about the use of DDT and if it should be used or not. And they said that it could continue to be used inside. And so I feel like if we are using this pesticide inside, I guess it could be left up to individual nations, but I feel like it should be commonly used. If it were allowed to use it inside, I feel like it should just be, I don't know why it's so discouraged if we're still using it, if that makes sense. And especially if the only way that it harms us is if it's ingested, then I feel like there are ways that we can continue to use it and just be safe about the way that it is, spread. And, if it's done through like aerosol form, if it's done, humanely, and it's not, people are, protected when it happens, and you regulate the use and just the distribution of it, I feel like it should continue to be used. And the only problem that it caused was, lower sperm or semen count, or sperm count in the semen of, males in reproduction. And I just feel like if it could be better regulated, and, if there was just more firm, hard evidence of, worse things than just a lower sperm count, I feel like we should continue to use it and be supportive of DDT, especially whenever the cons are far outweighed by the pros that are offered to it. So that is my stance.